in around 2 hours, 8:26, we're going to check our houses by candlelight for Chametz. Let's talk a little bit about that process and why we hide 10 pieces of Chametz around our house. So the sages instituted that in addition to nullifying the Chametz, getting like disconnecting from it internally, we should also check for it, because perhaps our nullification inside of ourselves, kind of disconnecting from it, wouldn't be complete. So you might not have a complete nullification, so we remove it physically. Why do we do it in the night? Why do we do the checking in the night? We should do it right before the holiday. So one explanation is that we're very busy tomorrow, right before the holiday, so we're more relaxed in the evening. Also, the Gemara says that when it's dark outside, it's easier to check with candlelight and check like specific places, and like it's more specific. So in the night, it's better in that sense as well. So if you want to use, it's customary to use a candle for the checking. I saw some authorities say you could even use a flashlight. And today, I guess it's like really relevant because on our phones we have flashlights. Rav Eliezer Malamed said you can use either one. I don't know. I think it's nice to use a flash candle because people have been doing that all the generations. But I guess according to him, you can do flashlight as well. How do you do it? So when we begin checking after stars come out, 8:26, we make a bracha. I'll be your Chametz. The blessing is, blessed are you, God, that it's in our Haggadahs to destroy the Chametz. So we should make the blessing to check for Chametz, right? That's what we're doing. Well, actually, we're beginning the process of removal of Chametz, which will continue till tomorrow. So we're starting the bracha with that in the night. Then you check all around, look all around spaces that there could be Chametz. We'll talk about, and also look for the 10 pieces. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then once you're done, you collect what you have that you found, that you want to keep for tomorrow. You put that aside, and then you say the statement in here about nullification of Chametz. I'll just translate to you. Any Chametz or leaven which is in my possession, which I have not seen nor destroyed, nor have any knowledge of, shall be null and void of my ownership like the dust of the earth. So we're nullifying Chametz that we didn't see, because you might put aside some Chametz that you did see for tomorrow. Okay, you can still have Chametz tonight, but we're moving all the Chametz that we do not want till tomorrow morning. We're putting aside Chametz that we'll eat till tomorrow morning. The rest of the Chametz we're trying to remove completely. So that's a little bit on just the biur and b'dika, the checking for Chametz. Now, why 10 pieces? So the Ramah, the source of this really, there's like a lot of good fancy explanations. The real source of this, why you put around 10 pieces, is that we're afraid, like let's say you cleaned your house really well. You make a bracha, Baruch atah Hashem, I'll be your Chametz, and you go searching all around your house, you don't find anything. So the bracha isn't, you're not really removing Chametz. So he said we should place a few here and there so that we actually can do the mitzvah the right way. It expanded over the generations to 10 based on Kabbalistic reasons. There's like 10 levels of impurity. You want to remove each one of them. I saw a nice explanation for the 10. Also, if you're putting them around your house, make sure you remember where they are, okay? And make sure they're not that big. Let's say you forget. Make sure they're less than like a matchbox size. Because if you do forget them, you do forget it, and there's a larger than the matchbox size, that's an issue. So put small pieces. I saw a nice explanation for the 10 on the Chabad website. It says, you might have heard this before, but it's a nice connection. So the word chametz and the word matzah are very similar. They have two similar letters, mem and tzadi. Chametz and matzah. The only difference between them is the hey and the chet. And they're very similar too. A hey and a chet, if you can envision in your head. The only thing that differentiates between them is a little chupchik between the hey, that little space between that. You have the chet, I'm not going to do it. You get it. Like the chet. Anyway, the little chupchik. What's that little chupchik? That's 10. That's a yud. Right. So what's the difference between chametz and matzah? It's 10. 10 levels of maybe arrogance, because the chametz is something puffed up. And so we want to remove every level of arrogance, every level of disconnect from our simplicity, our humility, which is symbolized by the matzah. And we do that by removing all 10 pieces. Does this happen magically? No, but perhaps happens in our heads, something to think about as we check. It's really something we should really be working on, thinking about what we want to work on, things we want to remove, things we want to fix, heading into this new biblical year, and then all the way through, really all the way through to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.